me? Louder than last month? All right, good, good, good. Patrick, we're going to need to rent AT&T Stadium or something next month. This is getting ridiculous. All right, guys, welcome to Zero Time to Airline Day, ZTA Day. We're so happy to have you. Could I get everyone from the new class to stand up, please? Round of applause for our new Zero Time to Airline students, guys. Welcome. We say it every month, but for all of us on the operations side and the thrust flight employees, this is probably our favorite day of the month. I love getting to see, what it is that really matters, what we're working on. So many students in red shirts working towards their dream career, and it's really humbling to get to see just how many people are utilizing this program to achieve that next step in their career journey. We're really happy to have you all here today and to celebrate that with you. For those of you that are new, we do this once a month. We have a big lunch with everybody, we welcome the new class, and we issue pins of acknowledgement for all of the check rides and end of courses, all of the course completions that we've had in the previous 30 days. And it's really exciting. We've got a big list today, but that's all part of the same thing. You'll hear me, those of you that are new, you will hear somebody up here talk about every single month the culture that we have here at Thrust Flight and how important it is to us and how proud we are of it. We want to build a place that you can look back on with fond memories, with nostalgia, that you can remember as your aviation home when you were going through your flight training. It's no secret that there are some really difficult parts of the Zero Time to Airline program, that it's not all, roses and fun, that there are difficult, challenging parts. And we believe that it is just of the utmost importance that you're surrounded by people that you're comfortable with, that are aligned with you on the goals that you're trying to achieve, so that you've got a foundation that you can rely on to be able to get through some of the more challenging parts of this program. And we hope that we've done a good job of cultivating that for you guys. We hope that you're using that culture that we've got, that you're utilizing your fellow students to get through this, and that whenever you're flying at the airlines, living your dream, that you remember Thrust Flight as a place of fondness, a place that offered that foundation and that being surrounded by fellow aviators that love the same thing you do, right? Flying. And we're really proud of that. We've got something special for you today. Sam Shepard is with us today. He is a first officer at Delta. Sam finished the program back in 2020. Sam, go ahead and start heading up here if you don't mind. And he was really successful in the program, did a great job. This guy is living the dream that you guys are working towards, and we're going to hear from him for a minute. He's going to talk about his journey through Zero Time to Airline and what life as an airline pilot over at Delta is like now. So I'll turn it over to Sam, and when he's done, we'll do the pinning ceremony.
All right, hi everybody. Once again, my name's Sam Shepard. I'm a first officer on the 737 for Delta Airlines based out of LAX. But not so long ago, I was sitting in your exact seats back in January 2020 with the same nerves and butterflies on, what was the road going to be ahead. I came here with about 100 hours, I would say, in my logbook, had my private pilot's license, and then went through instrument, through multi-engine instructor, and finished the program in August of 2020. So pretty quick. I was an instructor here for about 7 months, and then I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts. I went back home to Boston and flew for a little scheduled 135 company called Cape Air, where we flew 400 series Cessnas, basically from Boston to Nantucket and the islands, New York, where I was based out there, and then Billings, Montana. From there, I flew for Envoy Air, based out of Chicago and Dallas for about a year and a half, and then I was hired on at Delta Airlines in October, and I've been there since. Some really things that helped me out a lot when I was in your shoes, and I'm sure your instructors will go over this, and what will really help you progress through your airline training is chair flying. They might have even talked to you about it before. It might sound silly, but you're going to be doing that from your first day here at Thrust Flight all the way through your type rating on a 737 or whatever your dream airplane is. And what that is just having a picture of the cockpit up on the wall and saying out call outs, whether it's a power on stall, short field landing, closing your eyes and imagine what those power settings are. It will really, really progress your training, and I guarantee you'll see it in your success here. Some other great things about Thrust Flight, like Hunter said, it really is a family. Thrust Flight absolutely changed my life. I met my wife when I was in Thrust Flight. I met some amazing connections that I still have today with Patrick Arnson and Bill Peterson. I would have never imagined when I was a student here that I'd have Patrick at my wedding one day. So it really, really is a family aspect. And please, I do the airplane sales here. If you ever see me around, please do not be afraid to come up and ask me any questions or come say hi. I love talking to you guys and hearing where your career progression is. So kind of what it's like to be an airline pilot. I call it the best part-time job you can ever have because you can work as much as you want or as little as you want. So pretty standard schedule at the airlines is about 18 to 19 days off a month. That blocks about 70 hours of pay, and you have plenty of opportunity to pick up or drop trips. And it's all about seniority. You probably heard that before. The sooner you can get into an airline, the better. And the airlines are absolutely certainly hiring. Do not get all caught up in the news about, hey, the airlines are slowing down. They're not. This is a very unique time in aviation. They really still do need pilots in high demand. For example, Delta's already called me 4 times today for overtime. They don't have the pilots. The issue is they don't have the airplanes. So don't block all that out and focus on getting through all your ratings. When I was in your shoes, it was projected to be the worst time in aviation history. It was the middle of COVID. Hiring was never going to happen, and just like that, you know, the floodgates opened and hiring went through. So just really be focused on training and getting through and working together. That is another big key to success that I had is, you know, get with one of your classmates, work on your call-outs together, work on going through the checklist and doing that chair flying, because that's what the job's going to be. When you're at whatever airline, whether it be the regionals or Delta, the cool thing is you show up to the gate and you've never met that person that you're flying with. All you know about them is that they know how to fly the airplane and you know how to fly the airplane. And get used to, you know, asking questions and bringing out your personality, because that really makes or breaks the job. The more open you are and the more you can break the ice, the more fun this job can be. So I'm just going to kind of show you guys an example of what my airline schedule looks like, so you can kind of get an idea of what that looks like. So just bear with me here. And then once I'm done with that, I'll take like 5 to 10 minutes. You guys can ask me any questions you may have about my career and, you know, what helped me. So stand by. All right, how do I get this up here?
We're going to figure it out together right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Airplay. And now click on 4K. I'm kind of guessing, to be honest.
Do you know the code?
There it is, 8655. Did connect? It did connect.
It did?
I think it did. Can you click it one more time? It's connected. And then
Yeah, I'm just trying to show my screen like on my phone.
right. Oh yeah. Yeah, you already connected. We just click screen share. Yes, sir.
Oh.
You want to put it on
Yeah, 4K,
do
right?
not disturb, just in case
Yeah.
you get any notifications. There we go.
Okay.
And Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty small, but hold on, I'll show you.
Make sure you mention you still work here too.
Yeah, I know, I will. Sorry, I'm not the best public speaker. This is why pilots are not public speakers. All right, so this is my schedule for May. So I just got this about 2 days ago. So this is pretty typical for a relatively junior FO. So I bid, so about 70% in category in my base in LA. And that's pretty good. I mean, I have about 18 days off, so a typical day is 4 to 5 day trips. So as you see, on the 2nd, I have a layover in Cincinnati, and then back-to-back Miamis, and then I'm done on the 5th. And then I start a 5-day trip, which is normally about 30 hours of flying. The first day and the last day are normally your heavy days, and then in the middle, you'll have a little bit more time to yourself. But like I said about this being the best part-time job there is, I mean, you have an amazing office view, and like when you're at the hotel, I mean, you're free to do whatever you want. Like go out and explore, hang out with the captain, hang out with the flight attendants. That's why I wanted to become an airline pilot, is just to be able to travel and see the world. So really take advantage of that. Don't be a slam clicker. Get out there and see these cool cities all over the country. So one place, for example, on the 14th, that's a Kingston, Jamaica overnight. I've never been to Jamaica. And actually, on the 3rd or the 4th, I can't remember, I'm actually going to go to Cuba, which is pretty cool. So I do a Cuba turn out of Miami. Not a lot of people can say they've been to Cuba, so that'll be on my resume now. The other great thing that Thrust Flight has is the opportunity to come back and work, whether as an instructor or even something different, like what I do with selling the airplanes. My prior to coming to Thrust Flight, I've kind of been involved in aviation. When I was in college, I was an intern at San Francisco International Airport for airfield operations, and then I got into aircraft sales. So I sold little Eclipse jets and Citation Mustangs and then some seaplane stuff. And then just, by talking and, shining out with my personality and trying to network with Patrick, I let him know, hey, I'm interested in doing some sales and helping you guys out with that. And I've been doing that since I finished the program in August of 2020. So coming up on 4 years now. And there's plenty of opportunities here at Thrust Flight, whether it be in recruiting or sales or just, cleaning airplanes, whatever it is that you can put on your resume, because that is what's going to get you your dream job. And when you go to these conferences and when you fill out an application to all these airlines, you're all the same. We all have the hours. We all know how to fly airplanes, and we're all really good pilots. It's what's going to make the difference, is what makes you different from somebody else. And that might be, hey, having the recruiting job at Thrust Flight. Hey, volunteering at your local church or at your local school. For example, my wife and I, we foster cats and dogs for the Humane Society. I can't not tell you how many, when I was going through the interview process, man, that really stood out and separated me from other people. So the more and more things that you can do along with your passion for flying will really, really help you get to that next level. I cannot stress that enough. And then, that's all I really got. Sorry, I'm not the best public speaker, but I'll open it up to you guys for the next 5 or 6 minutes, a couple questions you might have. Or if you don't have any questions, that's all cool too. I'll hang out for a little bit and we can talk in private. But yeah, I see your hand there. Okay, so Delta's most junior bases. Now that's gonna depend on your aircraft type. So for on the 7-3 at least, and I can pretty much speak for every airline and every fleet type. It's always going to be New York. New York is always pretty junior, but they also normally have the best trips. So it's kind of give or take. New York's always pretty junior. As for the 7-3 for Delta, it's New York and then Detroit and then LA. But yeah, that's New York is pretty much always the most junior. Anybody else have any questions? Yeah, go ahead. Okay, transition from regional to mainline. after you've gone through Part 121 training regiment before, it's pretty similar. I flew for Envoy. That was my first jet on the 175, and I went from flying 400 series Cessnas right to that. The big thing is just flows. So flows are like going through a checklist that you have memorized in your head and then backing it up. So by doing that chair flying stuff, if you're used to it now, it will make your transition to the airlines much easier. But yeah, it's pretty similar once you've gone through 121 training program. But thrust, I cannot tell enough, really does prepare you so well for that 121 training. I get asked, where did you do your primary flight training? And people always say, they're like, did you go to ATP? I said, no, I went to a better school. I went to Thrust Flight in Addison, Texas. And people are getting to know Thrust more and more around the country because there's so many of you, and it's such a great training program. Yeah, man. Okay, so like my time at Thrust, I grinded. I'm a worker. So I luckily I have a very understanding wife, and she understands my passion for aviation and trying to move up. I flew a lot, so every opportunity I had to pick up overtime and build hours. Like when I was an instructor here, my availability was Sunday to Sunday. Whether I had a student on those days or not, you really want to grind and get those hours. So what I did, I picked up all the overtime I possibly could. Kind of the magic number at the time when I was applying to the majors was about 500 turbine. And as soon as I hit about 500 hours turbine, I started applying to all the majors, and then Delta called. So I just flew my butt off, literally. Yep. Any other questions? All right, I hope to see you all one day at Delta Airlines, and I wish you guys all the best. And like I said, I'll be free to chat, and good luck with your training. How'd I do? Okay.
Oh, that was amazing.
Okay.
I like the part where you hang out flight attendants at your hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Which one are we doing first?
Yeah, private.
Okay.
All right, I've got over 70 names on this list, which is, I don't know if it's a record, but it's the top 3 that we've ever done in one 30-day period. I'm going to talk really fast as I call these names out so that we're not here all day and you guys can get to your first ground school. And then Sam has been kind enough to agree to help give these pins out. So you'll have a FO from the majors giving you your pin. That's pretty cool. All right, we've got for private, Travis Tazin, Jason Collins, Mackenzie Reed, Alexander England, Jake White, Nathan Roberts, Craig Doyle, Zach Blackman, Stephen Middleton, Brandon Wesley. Wow. Zach Borton, Parker Fichetti, Naimi Osolor, and Zane Biggs. That was 14 people that we did in private in the last 30 days, and I think we got one more.
Yeah, man. Congratulations.
All right, one more round of applause for our private certificated pilots. All right, for instrument, it's been excellent instrument training weather lately. We have got 22 names that did our instrument rating in the last 30 days. Austin Pawanka, Landon Smith, Wyatt Fladebo, Elliot Danley, Seth Howell, Aiden Lofton, Douglas Allard, Preston Patton, Bethany Alvarado, Nicholas Zhang, David Davis, Nikhil Srinivas, Ryan Dwyer, Connor Leon, Ryan Wing, and then in Denison, they're not here, but we had Colin Saunders, Blake Bowser, Michael Castleman, Blake Heckert, Caleb Hickman, John Taylor, and Charles Reddick all finished their instrument ratings. For commercial, we had Nolan Kilday, Carter Wells, Chad Stuber, Bryce Newkirk, Elijah Feek, Will Garrison, and Chase Whitmire. And we got good weather coming up, so next month we'll have a whole lot more of you commercials up here. Yeah, that's it. We don't do pins for the rest. All right, that's all the ratings that we do pins for. I want to acknowledge all the other courses that people have completed in the last month. I had 18 CFI initials and 14 instrument instructors and 3 students finish those courses this month. So real quick, we'll go through these names and then do a round of applause for everyone at the end. For CFI, I had Eric Shai, Joshua Ross, John Civic, Tavit Tabanian, Joshua Kurakozy, Alex Shazda, Gunnar Guzin, Daniel King, Vincent Perry, Evan Christner, Jacob Luongo, Gary Mogul, Gavin Boyce, Matthew Bradley, Cameron Sledge, Jordan Drew, Andrew Harrison, and Nate Wells. Round of applause for our new instructors. Hey, real quick, if I just called your name, stand up, please. All right, these guys might be instructing you, and you new guys here pretty soon. So that's awesome. That's a really important rating. Good, congratulations. For CFII, we had Travis Boren, Logan Clawwetter, John Civic, Chisholm Brewer, Andrew Harrison, Alex Shazda, Tyler Brown, DeAndre Francis, Benjamin Francis, Anthony Brooks, Hayden Owen, Andrew Harrison, Denny Pham, and Nate Wells. And for you new guys, you guys that are starting today, you'll notice there are a lot of people that are on both of those lists. So that means they did their CFI and their II within the span of a month. That's how fast we go through this. For multi, we had Alberto Vasquez, Yanni Karagov, and Tyler Copeland. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Like I said, this is one of my favorite days of the month. We love this day. We're really excited for the new class. Congratulations to everyone that accomplished their rating in this past month, and hope to see way more of you next month. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah.
I don't want to say.